What's up and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast for episode number 275. Wonder's mouth is full and he's about to take another bite for no fucking reason. He knows I'm doing the intro, but he wants more bites. What a freak.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, you could have waited 5 minutes to text me that you were ready to podcast. You could have ate first.
Well, no, because I wanted to get started so we can get this done and over because I'm fucking tired.
Also, let's be honest. He wanted to eat on the podcast. He just likes doing that.
That's
What do you eat?
all it's some kind of like, I don't know.
All right. Bro has no clue what he's putting in his body.
I don't even think Aspen knows what it was, like
I'm not saying it needs a specific name, but what the fuck are you, like...
It's beef and like onions and pepper, and it's like pulled beef.
Like a pot roast, almost?
Kind of, but it's brisket.
Okay.
That's shredded.
Okay. Yikes.
So, yeah.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
Oh, man.
Yeah. What are you, a Victorian child?
No. It's
Can you develop a brain cell, please?
don't know what it is. It's some kind of strawberry something that Aspen made, and it's got like a chocolate rim on it.
All right. I just got done with my dinner. We're both eating at 9 p.m. That's pretty impressive.
Well, I would have ate 2 hours ago if I didn't have to go back into work.
Yeah. That is the most unclogged toilet I've ever seen. I've never seen a toilet so not clogged in my life.
Yeah, no. The internals on the flushometer was basically worn down to nothing, so it was just stuck open.
Yeah, so it was just flushing.
Flushing.
That was the funniest video. Perfect toilet for swirlies. Can't lie.
Mm-hmm. Except it was leaking water literally everywhere.
Well, yeah. And, that was very aggressive thing. That
you know what annoys me?
What's that?
Somebody from the military reports that, oh, we have an emergency. We have a toilet that's leaking everywhere. So I drop everything I'm doing here. Haul ass over there. Go to get in, and it's in the upstairs private latrine. So basically how it works is you got a room here, a room door here, and a room door here, and a big space of wall where there's no doors.
Yep. And
you can go through this door and makes a big U, and you have private bathroom.
Yeah.
And you could also get into it from this room over here. It makes a U, and there's 2 doors to the bathroom, and it's like, you know, for higher ranked personnel or whatever, they get to stay in there and they have their own personal latrine.
Sure.
I get there and I was not told which toilet it was, so I went through the bathroom in the bottom, big latrine in the bottom, nothing. Went upstairs. Oh, there was a full roll of toilet paper in the toilet in the downstairs latrine. And I just looked at that and went, not my problem. I am not touching that. Went back upstairs, looked in the big latrine up there, couldn't figure out where it was at. So I'm like, it's got to be in the private latrine. Go to unlock one room, gets locked. Go to the other room, it's locked. So I'm like, okay. So I call my coworker back and I'm like, hey, both doors are locked. And he goes, okay, let me call the sergeant back and see what he says. So he calls the sergeant back. Sergeant goes, here's the number for the person that reported it. So then coworker texts me that number. I call the number 2-3 times, no answer. So I text back, no answer. So he calls sergeant back. And after 15 minutes of waiting, I've probably been there already for half an hour. After another 15 minutes of waiting, I get a phone call back. Oh, sergeant's got somebody on the way. They'll be there in 5 minutes. Okay, so I sat there. And I sat there. 15 minutes goes by instead of 5. And this gal in a green suit comes up, and I'm standing there with a shoulder strap and a 80-pound bag of tools, sitting there waiting for her. And she comes upstairs and she like looks at me, looks at the tools, looks at me, and goes, "Are you the person I'm supposed to let in the store?" And I proceeded to look at my duffel bag, my bag of tools, and look at her, and I go, yes, I am.
See,
I
would have gotten myself in trouble. I would have been like, no, I'm here to rob the place.
Yeah.
And then giving her a really stupid, I don't know, man. I get it. I'm a sarcastic asshole.
The funny part is, like, there's nothing in that building to rob, so it wouldn't be a very funny joke.
Actually, I think that would make it more funny.
No, well, maybe.
And of course there's stuff in there to rob. You have tools. You're there to rip all the copper out of the fucking walls.
Good luck, they're in concrete.
That's what the tools are for.
Yeah, no, not these tools. I'm not getting out of there with a bunch of small wrenches and...
You might.
Nope. You got about this much solid concrete you got to go through to get to the pipes. So it's a terrible time if one bursts.
Yeah, I bet.
That's how I know, because I have to get the Bosch hammer drill out and hammer drill like little hole, and then proceed to chip it out with a chipping hammer. Usually takes like 2-3 days to get to the leak in the first place.
So I've only given you 2 days this time, so I don't know if it happened. But did you watch Andor?
No.
I promise it's more important than anything else happening in your life. Cancel volleyball, watch Andor.
Volleyball is over, so... No. I've been trying to unload a trailer.
Unimportant. Watch Andor.
It is important.
Unimportant.
Because I got to give the trailer back this weekend.
You got to watch Andor.
Maybe I'll try to do it tomorrow.
And then the minute Andor's finished, you're going to be like, damn. And then you're going to have to watch Rogue One because them's just the rules. And then the minute Rogue One finishes, like always, you're going to sit there and be like, damn, I kind of need to watch A New Hope now. But that one you can skip because you've seen A New Hope enough times, at least in my case. But I also am a lot lower on A New Hope than everybody else is. I get it's the original Star Wars. It's important. I don't fucking care. That doesn't make it good.
You should. Are you gonna ride with me
Probably.
on Sunday or? Okay, because I'll probably steal my folks' diesel and pull the trailer and park it on our way through, depending on whether or not I'm able to get a tire for it tomorrow.
Right.
So.
But, yeah, Andor's nuts, man. So the Timberwolves are in the Western Conference Finals again. That's like the AFC Championship game. We're doing that thing again. We made it back-to-back years. This is great. Now I just need the Nuggets to hold on to their 11-point lead for the next 2 minutes and win tonight. And then I need them to win in 2 days. Because then I might get to go to a Timberwolves Nuggets game in the Western Conference Finals, and that'd be fucking sick, dude. Oh my
God. That would be awesome.
I might get shot wearing my Timberwolves hoodie there, but whatever. I'm going to do it.
There'll be more Timberwolves fans there.
I don't know how many there will be. Denver's a basketball city, at least currently. Jokic.
Well, what I'm saying is there's people that literally just travel everywhere watch these games. So,
but yeah, I'm hoping it happens. But if it doesn't, it doesn't matter. I feel fairly confident though that the Wolves might actually go to the NBA Finals this year. More confident than I did last year.
Just don't choke.
They might. It's okay. No, I'm more worried about getting to the finals because you know who one of the options is to face in the finals right now? The Knicks. You know why that's special? You remember when I was complaining about the Timberwolves trading like the second greatest player in their franchise history? Well, they traded him to the Knicks. the finals being the Wolves versus Cat would hurt. It would hurt a lot. Especially when the NBA.
Anyway, so.
You remember watching the WNBA finals, right? The New York Liberty. Yeah, New York. I think it's the Liberty. The New York team versus the Minnesota Lynx.
Oh, yeah.
And all the bullshit at the end of that game. And then the commissioner of the WNBA wearing the suit with the New York skyline on it. And it's like, oh, after all those really shitty calls, you're going to wear that? And then I'm not allowed to say this might have been rigged for New York. I can't handle another New York Minnesota finals that's going to feel rigged, okay? It's just gonna. I know it. It's the Knicks. Everyone's going to say they need the Knicks to win. But fuck you. I don't like it. So I'm rooting for the Pacers really hard, because then the NBA won't care enough to rig it, because it's two nothing teams, you know, in the grand scheme. I couldn't. I at least couldn't like just immediately go to it has to be rigged. It would just be like, no, that just sucks, man. Whereas when you're playing New York, it's like, no, it's like the NFL. Playing any team that's not the Chiefs, you're like, oh, that just sucks. Playing the Chiefs, you're like, oh, that's fucking rigged.
Right.
Is it rigged? No. But do you sure believe it when it's the Chiefs? Yeah. I don't believe anything in sports is rigged. I really don't. Okay. I'm not going to say in sports. I'm going to say in the big four: hockey, baseball, basketball, football. None of that's rigged. It's just not easy to rig it. Most of the time, it's just
rigged. But there are some very unfortunate calls at bad times.
I think that's just refs, man. And I think a lot of it isn't even just that they're bad at their jobs. I think part of it is just they want the fucking attention.
Well, can they give me the attention towards the Bills, not towards the Chiefs for once, please? Thanks.
I mean, they do. And then Josh throws a fucking interception, and then the Chiefs win because.
No, he didn't throw an interception.
That's the issue.
A drop.
No, but that's the issue when it comes to considering sports rigged that nobody talks about. It's like, yes, the Chiefs might get a helpful call, but you know why you're mad at them? It's not because they got the helpful call. It's because they got the helpful call and then scored and won the fucking game. And the reason you don't think that about any other team is because when they get the call, they don't fucking do anything with it, so it doesn't matter. That's it.
Right.
I know it sucks, but that's actually just what's happening.
That's what sucks, though. It's like the Chiefs are good enough without the calls.
Right.
It's hard enough to stop them in the first place, and it seems like every time you get them stopped, flag. Oh, they get one more shot or all new down.
I will still never get over the people who are like, I miss Brady's dynasty. The Patriots didn't have the refs on their side like this. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. The difference is Brady's dynasty.
Brady's literally the whole reason roughing the passer exists.
No, that's Aaron Rodgers.
Tom Brady.
No, no. Well, no, I'm not going to trust you. You didn't watch football at the time. The entire rule change around roughing the passer happened in 2016, 2017. One of those 2 years when Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers were in Minnesota and Anthony Barr murdered Aaron Rodgers and it broke his collarbone, and the Packers went from first in the division to missing the playoffs. It was Anthony Barr sacking Aaron Rodgers, breaking his collarbone that led to the you can't land on quarterbacks. You can't hit them too hard. You can't. It was actually an Aaron Rodgers thing because Aaron Rodgers' collarbones used to break every other week. He just broke them enough that it
maybe Aaron Rodgers had the rule created, but I feel like Tom Brady was the one that kind of exploited that rule.
Well, a little bit. The only rule Tom got really was the tuck rule. His arm was going forward, so it's not a fumble, which had not been called in 60 years, and it cost the Raiders a trip to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And I've sent you the video of him and Charles Woodson, the guy who hit him and caused him to fumble, and Brady's talking to him, and he's like, yeah, if I'm holding the ball like this, and he's got both hands on it, go ahead, try and knock it out. And Woodson, taps it, and it doesn't go out. He's like, see? You hold on to it. Now, if I have it like this and he opens his hands and he just motions for him and Woodson slaps it out of his hands and he goes, see, fumble. Or in this case, tuck rule. And Woodson's like, no, freeze it on that. I got him. Fumble. Or in this case, tuck rule.
Right.
It's so funny that Brady now owns the Raiders. At least part of the Raiders.
Right.
That's so funny, dude. NFL teams posted their schedule release videos. I'm a little sad. If I lived in Minneapolis right now, which in a year, maybe I will. I've been trying to figure out what my plan is for like when my lease is up.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can, over the next year, save up money for like a decent down payment, it's actually cheaper than rent to just buy a place. And I actually have found a couple places in Minneapolis that like, they would go pretty fucking hard, I can't lie.
Mm.
It would suck because, like, winter exists. But, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Right. You should be used to shitty winters.
Right? Like, whatever. At least I get to go watch anyway. I was going to say, and when I do, at least it's to go watch a Vikings game. That's pretty fucking cool.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Or Timberwolves game. Like,
right.
Yeah, I guess I lose out on the Rockies, but, like, that's not.
The Rockies are never going to go anywhere.
As much as I love Coors Field, I don't feel like the Rockies are ever going to win me back. You know who might, the two teams who can win games, the Timberwolves and the Vikings. I'm already loving it, by the way.
Mm.
So the schedule release happened. Oh, so the reason I was talking about wanting to be in Minnesota right now is they partnered with a tattoo shop in Minnesota to do the schedule release. So everything's like tattoo themed. But then the team paid for a full day of renting out the shop so that fans could go get free tattoos.
Oh, that's wild.
I would have went and got a tattoo so fucking quick, dude. Oh my God. Free tattoo. There's nothing better on the entire planet.
I wonder how many of those people got the Vikings logo.
At least a few. But no, so the main thing being talked about with that is like the Vikings open the season. This is an insane way to start JJ's career, but I'll take it. It is Monday Night Football in Chicago for the first game of JJ's career. And everyone I've seen, yeah, this is going to be a blowout. The Vikings aren't that good. This isn't the same team from last year. It's like, yeah, it's a better team. But
you got a younger, more talented quarterback.
I was going to say the only issue is it's a rookie quarterback, but also it's a rookie quarterback who, I don't know if you remember, but the last game he played was winning the national championship in college.
Mm-hmm. Right.
How many playoff games has Caleb Williams played, college and pro? Oh, right. It's tough.
Right.
Not trying to be a dick, but like, I don't know. I just have a feeling that that's going to start a riot in Chicago when they inevitably lose. And it's going to be some fucked up shit too. It's going to be like Caleb Williams throwing an interception on the last play of the game to lose, and riots are going to happen. Especially like if Justin Fields starts for the Jets and the Jets win week 1. Oh my God. The discourse.
Caleb gets sacked and fumbles the football.
Yeah. Could happen.
Vikings kick a field goal to win it.
Just like last year.
Yep.
But like, I just hate this. Like, I keep seeing, yeah, the Vikings are going to go like 4-13. It's like, all right, man, whatever you think. I'm going to just sit here and let people think that. Because the record won't reflect it, I'm sure. Because winning 13 games is really fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
But this year's Vikings is a much better football team than last year's. Like, across the board, hands down.
You know, honestly, I'd rather, like, have the team where people are, like, doubting, like, oh, they're not even going to win their division.
That was us last year.
They're not even going to win 5 games. That's what Bills were, kind of.
Yeah,
you know, they thought they were going to be possibly last in their division.
100%.
And then they did what they did. And it feels for whatever reason, it makes you feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Even though you don't go and win the Super Bowl. It was like, well, everybody thought we weren't even going to be first in our own division. And not only were we first in our own division, but we had this record and,
I'm going to piss people off with when we get closer to the season, because like obviously through training camp injuries and stuff happen, so I'm not gonna like be dead set on my preseason predictions this early because that's stupid,
right?
But like I'm pretty confident that the team that's actually going to be last in the NFC North wears blue and black.
Oh
yeah. Detroit lost their 2 coordinators and didn't really add much. I'm sorry. Ben Johnson not being there is going to be a big loss. Aaron Glenn not running your defense, going to be a big loss. They didn't really fix any of their problems. They're just a year older, which in most players' cases is actually a bad thing because their offensive line was already kind of old. I think Detroit takes a major step back. I still don't know how to feel about Green Bay. I don't like their roster, but Jordan Love is really good sometimes. Jordan Love's confusing.
He's really good when he's not
really bad.
Sore.
He's really good when he's not really bad.
Yeah.
All right, the Nuggets won. We got game 7.
Oh, boy. That team's been back and forth, hasn't it?
Yeah. Which is so funny. All that work, get to a game 7. Just to go lose to the Wolves in 5. It's just how it works. That's the playoffs. Remember, the Lakers were going to beat us, and then it was Wolves in 5. The Warriors, they're going to beat you. Jimmy Butler's going to take over. Turns out Wolves in 5. I don't care who it is. Jokic, Shea, LeBron, Wolves in 5.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like I never paid too much attention as a kid watching basketball.
Yeah.
But like it just seems like every freaking game goes over 100 points, both teams. Which that to me that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Because in my mind, like I thought it was very unheard of for teams to make it to 100 points.
Oh, it was in like the 90s and before that, but then like they did change some rules defensively, but like not in a major way like everybody claims. The real thing that changed is, 1, the 3-point shot.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier to get to 100 when every shot is 3 points instead of 2. That is a big difference. Right. And then it's just become the thing where like, well, yeah, defenses, like these great defensive players can't hold Jordan under 30. Well, now there's 18 guys who are Jordan. Right. Like that skill level. It's one of those, well, teams don't play defense. That's just not true. Guys just don't care. Steph Curry, you can play perfect defense. He's still going to give you 40 and there's nothing you can do about it. It's just the skill of an offense. It's the thing that's always been. Great offense will always beat great defense. It just does. Now, in some sports, that's a little different, like football, because like great offense in basketball can be just one guy, and one guy can fully influence the game more than like one guy in football can. You can erase Justin Jefferson. That's why you need other guys there to pick up and like that's why those teams that truly only have one good receiver suck. The Cowboys last year, their offense sucked because you could erase CD. And then what do they do? Nothing. That doesn't make CD bad, but like in basketball, you can't, no matter what you do, you can't erase a guy. They're just that good. It's ridiculous. Like Jokic, can't erase that guy. No,
he's gonna bully you no matter what. It's just a matter of you got to outscore him.
Yeah. Yep. So I don't know. Interesting basketball. The Celtics are continuing to try to play against the Knicks, even though Jason Tatum tore his Achilles.
Right.
It's wild how quickly championship windows can close. The Celtics won last year. And it's like, oh, this is the start of a dynasty. Now Tatum's hurt. They're not going to win this year. He's going to be out all of next year, so they're not going to win next year. So all of the core pieces besides Tatum won't be there anymore. You went from a dynasty to, oh, we're rebuilding now.
Mm-hmm.
That quick. The Nuggets won a championship 2 years ago. Didn't win it last year, fired their coach this year, went from this could be a dynasty to, oh, what's the path? Yeah, they might get there again. That's just Jokic.
That's literally
where Jokic is reminding people what a true generational superstar is like. Like, Giannis is incredible. Kawhi is really good, but like, everybody forgets about the LeBron runs. Yeah, this team's not that good. Why are they in the finals? LeBron. That's it with Jokic now. This team's not that good. How are they here? Jokic. That's it.
Yeah, Jokic is literally just willing them to be there. Yep.
We watched it for 2 decades with LeBron.
Mm-hmm.
So there's real talk that LeBron will leave LA. And the Cavs have maybe the best roster in basketball. I'd give anything to see LeBron go back to Cleveland and win one more and retire. That'd be so sick, dude. Especially now that, dude, there's nothing left in the East. Nobody could stop that team. They got stopped in this year, I guess, but their 3 best players were injured for the first 3 games. So, and then, yeah, they came back, but I bet they're not 100%. And I get nobody is, but it's also hard to come back from an injury. When you've been playing through an injury for a while and you're already geared back up, yes, it sucks and it's a bitch, but that's different than, oh, I've had 2 weeks off. Now I've got to remember how to play basketball again, and I'm also still not 100%. Like, that matters. I hate the way people talk about sports sometimes. Well, he's back. Why isn't he at 100%? It's like, because he had to get to about 50% to be allowed to play again. That's it. It's like, oh, you can walk? All right, you're good. Get on the court. I don't know. I hate people talking about Star Wars too. I had to make a video yelling about Star Wars again today because people were still trying to talk shit on The Acolyte for things that aren't real.
Right.
In The Phantom Menace, Ki-Adi-Mundi even says, the Sith have been extinct for a millennia. Yeah, and in that same movie, Yoda talks about how there's always 2 Sith and how they're always in hiding. The whole point of the prequels is that Ki-Adi-Mundi's a fucking idiot. Because remember, his first line in the second movie too is to Padme?
Yeah.
And Count Dooku is a political idealist, not a murderer. He says while Dooku's actively committing a genocide. I don't know, man. Maybe you just don't know what's going on. Like, maybe you are actually actively not the guy to talk to. And then the whole, yeah, but Khmer's a Sith and the Jedi know. No, the only Jedi that he ever tells he's a Sith to die. Like, which I made that point when we were watching the show, because it's like, he revealed he was a Sith. Now the Jedi know. It's like, I bet all those people who know he exists don't exist anymore. Because he actively, when he says, you people might call me Sith, and now that you know that, you have to die. He straight up tells you, like, I gotta kill him. And then he does, because he's fucking awesome. I'm sorry. The Stranger, Chimere, whatever you want to say for his name, is the coolest character we've actually seen on screen in Star Wars. I don't fucking care. Aura. Bro headbutted a lightsaber. I'm never going to not love that. That is the most Sith thing I've ever seen. Yeah, I found this cool helmet that makes it so lightsabers can't do shit, so now I got to use my head. Pretty fucking cool. The show was...
So is that helmet like Beskar or something?
Cortosis. That's why it shorted out the lightsaber when it hit it. Remember?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
The only
now.
reason he knows about Cortosis is the Star Wars role-playing game that we used to play.
Yeah.
Fucking, I missed that game.
Yeah.
1 year, maybe.
It was funny because Heath brought up, maybe we should play Star Wars.
Do it.
And I was like, dude,
do it.
Geek would love nothing more than to finish the story.
To finish what you started. Yeah, sorry, I got Kylo Ren's voice in my head. That's not true. I can't hear voices, but you know what I mean. I was thinking about Kylo Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Show me, grandfather, so I can finish what you start. I won't lie, Kylo Ren's also one of the coolest characters in Star Wars. This whole Disney can't make cool characters thing is bullshit. Yes, they can. Kylo Ren was fucking sick. Yeah, but he threw a tantrum. Yes, so did Anakin. A lot. Yeah. So did Luke. A lot. Welcome to the Skywalkers. They throw tantrums.
Yeah, that does seem to be a trend for the Skywalkers.
So I saw somebody posting about episode 6 last night. And I had never really thought about it, but it's like, it is fascinating watching how different Vader acts in Return of the Jedi compared to Empire and A New Hope. Like, he lets Luke try to talk sense into him. He would never have done that previously. But it's 100% knowing that that's his kid, and it's like he now sees a piece of Padme is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so sick. But then, other things happen. I lost the other tweet. Like, the "then my father is truly dead" line, that's what turned Vader.
Mm-hmm.
That line fucked with him heavy. Yeah. That's, but like, because to Vader, that was like Padme saying that Anakin was fully gone now.
Right.
Padme came back and told Vader he wasn't shit. And that fucked with him.
I mean, that's
damn, bro. I mean, yeah, so good. Andor's so good, man.
Yeah, I need to.
I said it after the first season, but they didn't fuck it up. So, like, masterpiece, maybe the best, probably it, like, combined with Rogue One, if you just, like, take that and make it one piece of media, it's the best Star Wars that's ever Star Wars. Which is wild, because there's one lightsaber for 7 seconds.
Right.
But, like, straight up, I don't think there will ever be a show, whether Star Wars or something else, that will ever be like it.
Right.
The emotional weight of every episode is insane. Dude, the last 3 episodes go so fucking hard. What's fucked up? Andor's not even in the first 2.
Right? Yeah.
No, I mean, of the next 3 you're going to watch, he's just not there. It is not focused on him. Which, I mean, the show isn't just about him, which is fair.
Right, it kind of follows an antagonist.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
So, switching off of Star Wars for a few seconds. So the Vikings have 2 overseas games this year in 2 different countries, technically. The Vikings are taking over Dublin and then London. I guess we're throwing it back to the 9th century for some reason.
Oh.
But that's pretty cool. So the Vikings are going to be the first team to play in 3 countries in a single season. That means J.J. McCarthy has the chance to be the first quarterback to win a football game in 3 countries in 1 year. That's pretty cool. But also, the Vikings play the Browns in London, which officially means that the Vikings have not played in Cleveland, or by the time they do again, if they do the next time around, they won't have played in Cleveland for over a quarter of a century. The last time the Vikings played in Cleveland was 2009, the game where Adrian Peterson murdered the Browns. And ever since then, the NFL's been like, nope, that team's not allowed back in Cleveland. Nope. No, you stay over there. That's insane. Yeah, the next game scheduled to be played in Cleveland is 2033.
Jeez.
That's wild. I hope you're not a Vikings fan in Cleveland.
I couldn't believe how many home games the Bills have this year.
Yeah, they get 9 because the NFC got
That's
9
crazy.
last year, except for the Vikings because they played a home game in London.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens when you have an international fan base. You have to deal with that. Luckily, we cheated. Both of the games overseas count as away games, even though they're going to be home games for the Vikings. So the Vikings technically get 10 home games this year.
Huh.
When every other NFC team gets 8. Pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
So Fallout, the TV show. Season 2 comes out in December. Already been greenlit for a season 3. We're getting even more Fallout.
More Fallout.
Which is good. That show is sick.
I know, right? It's such a, I like the plot twist that was in it.
Yep. The weird thing, so Tuesday when the final episodes of Rogue One came out, was weirdly exactly 10 years from the day Diego Luna was announced to be playing Cassian Andor. From announcement to finish, it was exactly 10 years. That's wild.
That is crazy.
Because I don't think they planned that. But, I don't know, sometimes the universe is like poetry. It rhymes. The Rockies still suck. The Rockies
Really
lost a game the other day where their pitchers gave up 1 hit.
Oh.
They lost 2-1 because that 1 hit was a home run. But still, it's like, dude, come on. Being the starting pitcher who gave up 1 hit and 2 earned runs and losing has to hurt. You're like, man, I pitched so well. Doesn't matter. L. God, this team is tough.
They need to sell that franchise so bad.
The Dodgers manager got asked about, so the Rockies fired their manager. I don't know if we talked about that. That's not really going to fix anything, but whatever. They fired their manager. They did it in the worst way, though. They didn't fire him immediately after the 21-0 loss. They had to wait until, I don't know. Maybe it took too long to file the paperwork. Maybe you can't file it on the weekends. I don't fucking know. But it meant that he technically got fired after they won a game, which is just like, dude, how do you fuck that up? But the Dodgers manager, Dave Roberts, was asked about the firing of Bud Black because Dave Roberts learned how to be a manager from Bud Black. And he's like, I don't think Casey Stengel could change the outcome of that ball club. That's not the manager's fault. Like, you're not wrong, man. Tough. You're not wrong, but also Bud Black needed to go. You haven't made the playoffs in 7 years with that man at the helm. It's time to go. And it's entirely just at some point, the clubhouse is going to get stale. The same message, but nothing ever working. It's going to get stale. You just need a fresh voice. Whether the guy's any better at the job or not doesn't matter. It's just, and I mean, the Rockies haven't lost by double digits. I was going to say, we haven't lost by double digits in a week. So, that's improvement. We're still losing, but at least it's not double digits. We got to take the wins as we get them. I'm guessing you haven't gone to see Thunderbolts yet, right?
No, I do that.
Yeah, no, I just figured.
Very little time.
So, John Walker, you remember him, U.S. agent. He was the Captain America that started during Falcon and the Winter Soldier before Sam took the shield back. He got the super soldier serum. So people are debating. They're like, John Walker's the strongest super soldier, right? No, he's not. Yeah, but look at how he handles the Winter Soldier compared to how Cap did. And it's like, nope. John Walker has never fought the Winter Soldier. He fought Bucky. Those are very different people. Actually. Because Bucky has never tried to kill John Walker. The Winter Soldier was trying to kill Captain America. There is levels to that, because Bucky is actively, I don't know if holding back's the right word, but like, you know what I mean?
Right.
There's levels to fighting people, you know? Yeah, no. I'm not 100% sold that he's stronger than Bucky. He might be, but I'm not 100% sold. I am sold that he's not stronger than Cap, because I think everybody forgets Cap didn't get injected with one bit of super soldier serum. It was 12.
Yep.
He held a helicopter to a building. I don't think people realize how difficult that is.
I could do it for about 4 milliseconds before my arm gets torn off.
Well, no, you just let go. Your grip strength is not that good.
My grip strength is pretty good.
It's not that good. It's not good enough to rip your shoulder out. It's not.
Good enough to dislocate it.
No.
Want to know how I know?
Not the same as whatever you're going to say happened.
Okay.
It's just not. So you remember I don't know if you've ever seen the video, but you've definitely heard the Carl that kills people, right?
Oh, yeah. Yep.
So I stabbed him 37 times in the chest. Carl that kills people. So you watched the last 3 episodes of Andor, right? The previous 3, he rescues Mon Mothma.
Yeah.
So during that scene when he shoots the one guy and she's freaking out, oh God, Cassian, what did you do? He was going to shoot us, so I shot him. Cassian, that kills people. I just love the view of, like, she has been actively fighting in the rebellion, but just in a different way in the Senate, trying to do things. And then the visual of, like, having her have to experience what it actually means to be a rebel. And I don't know. I think that's so interesting because she really did. Like, I know she knew shit like that happened, right? You have to. But there's a difference between knowing it and seeing it.
Right.
Have you seen all the jokes about the new Pope? Well, not the jokes, but the pictures of him side by side with Palpatine and how they look exactly the same.
Yeah, I did.
What if I told you that the Vatican was now under the control of a Dark Lord of the Sith? Imagine.
No, the one I've seen is like, oh, don't tell me the tariffs aren't working. Even the Pope's made America today, stuff like that. Stupid shit. I think he's from Chicago, I think is what they said.
Yeah. He's a Bears fan. The Catholic Church got even worse. Didn't know that was possible, but it did. Yeah, I hate but the Acolyte's writing, sorry, I'm just scrolling through my Twitter at everything over the last week, and I hate the lightsaber duels were cool, and the visuals were cool, and it introduced a lot of the coolest stuff ever in Star Wars. But the writing wasn't that good, so it's a piece of shit, and it's like, outside of Andor and Rogue One, name me one Star Wars project with good writing. Give me one.
Here, let me give you an example. I hate sand.
Okay, so me and Miller were talking about that. He kind of talked me into maybe that's not as bad as it actually feels. So the way Miller described it is that I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating. It gets everywhere, but not like here. The point of that line is you're looking at an emotionally stunted kid, right? Who the Jedi Order is telling him emotions don't matter. So he doesn't understand how to interact with his emotions at all. All he knows is he really likes this girl. He also really hates sand. The only way he knows how to tell her how much he likes her is by saying she's the opposite of this thing he hates. And if you look at it from that perspective, which I refuse, I love George Lucas, but I know him as a writer. I refuse to give him that much credit for anything. I know he wasn't thinking about it like that. But when you do put it in that frame of mind, it makes a lot more sense.
I guess, yeah.
It's just like George Lucas isn't the one who made Anakin seem like less of a whiny bitch in the Jedi Council chamber when Windu tells him, "You're on this council, but we do not grant you the rank of master." And he, what? This is outrageous. It's unfair. Just watching Revenge of the Sith, it's like, dog, you haven't done shit. But then you watch the Clone Wars, and it's like, oh, Anakin's like single-handedly responsible for the galaxy still existing. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I get it. It is kind of outrageous. This is unfair. The fuck did that guy do? You know? What does that guy get?
What did any of you do on the council that you deserve to be there? Like,
right? Like, it's one of those, like, okay, you know what? But, like, it's that thing where George Lucas didn't plan that. He just got saved by other people. That's that Anakin scene. He didn't plan. There's no way he thought of that. I can't wait for some of the chuds to watch this fucking, somehow see this clip and just be like, you're so wrong. George Lucas is a genius. It's like, no. Star Wars, like, his grand vision is a genius. The only good Star Wars movies actually weren't written by George Lucas. Now, they were directed and produced by him, which means he dealt with all of the background things that make it Star Wars. But the actual writing, especially the dialogue, not George, because he doesn't know how to make people talk to each other normal.
The other thing that bothers me about, well, it's kind of funny, but like, they denied him, master. And part of that whole reason they denied him the master is because Yoda was just like, I have a bad feeling about him.
Well, it was mostly Mace Windu having a bad feeling. And then that led to everybody else having a bad feeling. And you know what that bad feeling was? Because every time you kept denying him things, the master manipulator, most powerful Sith of all time, was in his ear like, yeah, you're the greatest, though. They don't see it. They don't see what I see. And he's like, yeah, you're right. I am better. I am stronger.
Uh-huh.
Like,
right. If they would have just been like, yeah, maybe I'm nervous about you, but like, you've done a lot for us. Maybe we should accept you into the. What's it going to change if he's a master?
Right. Oh, like, well, it gives him access to the restricted section of the Jedi archives where he could have learned Force healing and probably saved his wife, and the thing he was afraid of wouldn't have happened, and therefore he would have never turned to Palpatine, and therefore he never would have turned evil. So the only thing that happens is if they grant him the rank of master, he like saves the world.
It's crazy to me, like, because he just could have just like, they could have just accepted him and everything would have been peachy.
Yeah. But no,
he probably would have trusted them more.
Yeah.
He probably, with his content, his crazy mind, by him being master shows that, hey, they trust him to be master. Maybe they can, they'd be willing to listen to me about my problem.
I also stand by, I love Obi-Wan. Great Jedi. Horrible master for Anakin. If it wasn't going to be Qui-Gon because he died, it needed to be Mace Windu.
Mm-hmm.
Anakin,
right?
Learning Juyo would have been the most terrifying person of all time. Or sorry, learning Vapad. Juyo is the Sith version of it, but it's the same thing.
The same thing, yeah.
But, oh my God. Well, that, and then just the more of a father figure instead of a brother figure. So, like, all of the concerns Anakin would have had being met more realistically. And then, well, that, and just the, Windu would have just never let Anakin get close to Palpatine like that. Because Windu's whole thing is like, the Chancellor, there's something off with that guy. Palpatine was really good at hiding it, so you couldn't actually figure out what it was. But you know how it is. You're around some people and you're just like, man, there's something off over there. Then you find out later that, like, yeah. That was Windu with Palpatine. He's like, there's something wrong with you. I don't know what. There's something wrong with you.
Yeah, you just got that feeling about some people.
And then Windu finds out he's a Sith, and he's like, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude, that technically they're allowed to say fuck like once.
Yeah,
Can
I don't
it
think.
just please be
I don't.
motherfucker, and then
Yeah.
they just force lightnings him?
No, I think it should have been when Anakin tells him that Palpatine's a Sith Lord, just instead of reacting surprised, just motherfucker, like he knows. I fucking knew it. That would have been so good. Good times. What else happened? I don't know. Life.
I don't know either.
Life be happening.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if that's good or bad, but it be.
I'll like you.
How much times have changed? The second day of May when the Rockies had won back-to-back games and they were undefeated in the month of May. They've won one game since then. How naive we all were back then. Hey man, it's baseball. Crazy shit happens. So they could have fixed it. They didn't, but they could have.
Yeah, they kind of did the opposite of fixing it.
Yeah, that'll happen sometimes.
They kind of poured gasoline on a small flame and it turned into, an explosion.
Apparently people were upset. I'm not going to say this is a spoiler for Andor, because I don't think it is, because I don't think anyone with a brain expected to see this person. But Kino Loy, the Andy Serkis's character from the first season, the one way out at the prison guy, gave the one way out speech, and then they get to the exit and they have to jump in the ocean and he just freezes with
I can't swim.
Yeah. So I guess spoiler, he's not in the last 3 episodes, and I guess people are. What did you think happened? He can't swim, so either he stayed in prison or he jumped to his death. That's it. I don't think
Something tells me he wasn't going back to prison. So
right. But can we stop pretending like we don't know what happened there? We didn't need a scene of that, because I think adding anything to it actually would have taken away from that moment. Because that moment's so good. That is the coolest twist. It hurts so bad.
Well, and then when they look at each other,
and Andor gets dragged away and can't help him even if he wants. Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, you could just see it in his eyes where it was like, this is going to be the end of me.
Yep.
I'm not going back.
You don't always need things to be said. Sometimes it doesn't need to be said. You don't need slapped in the face with it to know what's going on.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. The entire arc with Cyril also, because that ended in the previous 3 episodes on Gorman. We get the Gorman Massacre Part 2. I'm sad I'm so happy they referenced Tarkin landing his ship on all the people. I'm also so sad. This sounds fucked up, but I'm so sad we didn't see Tarkin land his ship on all the people. That sounds so fucked up. But there's something wrong with me. It's fine. But the whole arc with Cyril and his entire life being, I need to help the Empire catch Cassian Andor. That fucker ruined my life. To finally seeing Andor and Andor just being like, who the fuck are you, dude? What is your problem? Because the way Andor says, who are you? And Cyril's just completely disarmed. He's no longer going to kill him. He's like, holy shit. It's the the axe forgets, but the forest remembers type shit. Where it's like Andor just doesn't know who this guy is. But Andor is the most important person in Cyril's life. Caused all of the development and problems that exist for this man. And Andor has no clue. That's so good. It's so awful, but it's so good. So good. I don't know. I'm still scrolling through Twitter to see other things to yell about. Also,
I'm sure the list is endless.
yeah. Also, the Vikings spending 2 straight weeks in Europe, I feel like is an experiment to see what happens when a road team spends extended time there. Because, like, the idea is if they ever add, like, international teams like that, the international team would play 8 straight home games and then play their other 9 games in the States. So they want to know what happens if you spend a bunch of time playing games over there and then come back. Mm-hmm. And you just slowly ramp it up with certain teams.
You guys are test subjects.
Yeah.
Your team's a guinea pig.
That's okay. Because we'll come back from there, be 4-0. It'll be great. I don't even know what the Vikings schedule is. Hold on. I know we get the Bears first, and then we get the Steelers in Dublin in week 4. Oh, yeah, we could be 4-0. 5-0. Because we go Bears, could be tough. We go Falcons in Minnesota. Yeah, we're going to win by 40. Then we get Bengals in Minnesota. Think we're going to be all right. The Bengals still don't have a defense. Then we get the Steelers. They don't have a quarterback. Then we get the Browns. They don't have a quarterback. That's 5-0. We're going to be 5-0 going into the bye week. And it's going to be, I'm going to hear it like I did last year, where it's going to be like, yeah, going into the bye week, they're not going to have a win. And actually, they're going to be undefeated. I'm calling it now. Now, again, that could change because JJ could get hurt or other JJ could get hurt or whatever. Things can change. But, like, all's even. I could really see 5-0 to start.
I'm pretty sure the Bills are starting off with a loss, so.
Who do they get first?
Baltimore.
Ah.
And it's not Baltimore in the playoffs, so.
Yeah. Yeah, the last time they faced the King in the regular season, they died.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not good for the Bills.
Yeah.
The all is lost moment.
But beyond that, it's looking pretty good.
Well, you know. Now bro's drinking tea.
Technically, yeah. I started off with the raspberry thing. Then I drink a raspberry tea. And now I'm drinking green tea. Tea guy.
Yeah, I guess. Bro's so afraid of water, he has to dunk grass in it.
Well, tea's 95.5% water.
So is Pepsi. Not It's
carbon. I am curious.
What percentage of Pepsi is water?
What percentage of Pepsi is water?
Yeah. I looked it up.
90.
Well, that's Google's AI overview. I'm not trusting it.
Oh, yeah. Let me go down here.
But according to PepsiCo, it is 90%.
Yes, it's 90%.
Oh, and diet soft drinks with 0 calories. So
99.
Yeah. So this just counts as water, man. I'm hydrating. Fuck you. I'm hydrating.
Fair.
You're not, because you drink that full of sugar stuff because you're a psycho.
But actually, these ones have more salt than they have sugar.
Well, that's tea, not soda. I was talking about soda.
Oh, yeah.
But
yeah, 150. So 7% sodium and 9%. Oh, that's carbs. So yeah, so 7% sodium, 9% sugar.
yeah. I need to.
But 126 megagrams of vitamin C, 140%.
Let's see. What is there anything good in here? I doubt it. The fact that there is 0 anything other than sodium's pretty funny to me, though. And caffeine. there's 38 milligrams of caffeine, which is the entire reason I bought it. Just because, as I told you, coffee is way too expensive, even to make it at home for me, because of how much of it I fucking use.
Mm-hmm.
So this is technically cheaper to just give me my I just woke up caffeine hit so I don't get a headache. And then I can just drink water all day.
So my coworker has a brother whose wife is a barista at Starbucks.
Yes.
And she just out of the blue asked him one day, "Do you like coffee?" And he goes, "Oh, yeah." So she just proceeded to bring him a free 5-pound bag of coffee beans.
Nice. Can I have? Can I has? You know what? That's my goal. I need to get
for like a year and a half.
I need a girlfriend who works at Starbucks.
Starbucks, yeah.
That's what I think I need.
Free coffee. For all of eternity.
Right? Sounds good to me. I don't know. I'm still waiting on plane tickets to get cheaper.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Well, they will. They get cheaper
Someday.
as you get closer to the trip. But you can't let it get too close because then they get more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
You got to find that perfect middle ground, which I don't know how to do. But because right now, it's nice because it's cheaper than what I had initially like put away for a plane ticket, because I put $600 away because that was just what they cost when I had looked. So I was like, if I have to, that's what it is. But right now, there's a flight for TwitchCon that's only $457, which I almost just want to pay for and just get it out of the way. Because, like, that saves me $150.
Right.
But also part of me is like, I kind of want to wait and see if it goes down a bit more. You know?
Right. Well, I mean, if you see it jump a little bit, just be like, oh, they're not going to go down anymore.
Right. I wish, like, when to buy plane tickets. Is there, like, a rule? Oh, about 28 to 60 days before departure. I don't want to wait that long. That's terrifying. I don't want to wait and order a ticket in September for my flight in October. That's scary.
Right.
But I also think it's a little ridiculous to order it in May. I've been planning my next subathon. That's interesting.
Oh boy.
I have ideas. Lots of things are happening.
All kinds of stuff and things.
Stuffs and things. Yeah. I think I'm planning the big one to like just convince people to. How did Mark Hamill say it when he was talking about telling secrets to Carrie Fisher? Telephone, telegraph, telecarry, tell everybody. Because I still have, like, I hate YouTube. Just so you know. Because YouTube very clearly tells you your subscriber number doesn't matter. Like, they actively go out of the way to say, like, subscribers don't matter. It's views, and if you get views, that's fine. So I've like tripled the like watch time requirement to be a YouTube partner. Yet because I don't have 1,000 subscribers, I can't be a YouTube partner. I thought you told me that number doesn't fucking matter. Now it's stopping me from making money? Fuck you, man. I get views. Just you fucking come on. So I think I'm gonna plan some bullshit around just like get me to 1,000 subscribers so I'm a YouTube partner and I'll do something. I'll shoot Wonder. I don't know.
No, please.
In the knee.
Okay, fine. I'll make an insurance claim and I won't go to work for.
Well, no, do it like while you're. I'll do it while you're like at work, but you have to run to like the hardware store or something, so it counts as workman's comp.
Whatever. Either way.
We'll plan it out. We'll plan out our insurance fraud live on the podcast.
Right. Can I like take some morphine beforehand or
No, but you can after.
Okay, deal.
You gotta feel a little pain first.
I don't know. I just feel like have you there's a new movie out. What the hell's it called?
I don't know.
Novocaine, I think is what it's called.
Okay. I think I've heard of that, but
You should watch it. It's just I don't know.
so you've seen the Spider
It's stupid but good. I don't know.
You've seen the Spider-Verse movies, right? The Miles Morales, like animated Sony Spider-Man. Well, there's only 2. But you remember Spider-Man Noir, the like detective Spider-Man where the hat was voiced by Nicolas Cage?
Oh yeah, yep.
Everything he did and was in black and white. Well, they're making a Nicolas Cage Spider-Man Noir series. Live action with Nicolas Cage, and I'm excited.
Oh my god.
The first trailer for it released, and it's incredible. Nicolas Cage, Spider Noir.
I've heard much out of Nicolas Cage for a long time. Wondered.
Then, he's Spider-Man Noir is so funny in that movie, though. Him not being able to understand the Rubik's Cube because of all the colors is just so funny. And his whole thing being, I'm going to take this with me. I don't understand it, but I will. And then he disappears. So good. Oh. All right. I don't know. You want to fight about it?
Sure.
You sure? You sure? You're sure? You're sure?
I'll order the boxing gloves.
Neither of us are big enough on the internet for that to make us rich. Not worth it yet.
Oh. I'd still do it.
Well, I'm sure you would.
I got a lot of pent up anger and aggression.
So do I, but I also still want millions of dollars to do it, you know?
Fair.
Why do it for free when you can wait a few years and do it for millions of dollars?
Fair.
I don't know.
I could use a mill. A mill or two.
I have to go make my poor little dog all sad again.
Right.
Go hang out with him for a weekend and then disappear.
He's going to freak the fuck out when he sees you, though.
Probably. He might just eat me. Maybe he'll forgot.
No, I don't think so.
No, because apparently when he hears my voice when I call mom, he like freaks out and tries to get me through the phone.
Mm-hmm.
Poor little guy.
Didn't understand.
No. I feel bad, but also he would have not been capable of living here.
Yeah.
He is not a city dog. He freaks out sometimes because he can hear the train. Can you imagine if you lived downtown Denver, if the train made you freak out?
Mm-hmm.
Especially since it's downtown Denver. There's also trains. Trains and cars and planes and neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Other dogs. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm guessing you're ready to go to bed.
Yeah, I'm getting pretty tired. Been a long day.
Bro believes in sleep.
I don't know if I'll sleep, but at least rest.
Right. All right. Well, I guess that'll do it for us. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace.